All right, this week on the show, we are going to be fearlessly questioning, making it your idea. And we're going to be doing it with Lisa Ingalls. She is the kind of the creator of interstatecoaching.com, and she is kind of a coach, business, kind of health, kind of, I mean, I don't want to say fitness, but she coaches you in a lot of different areas to kind of get you on the right path. And I wanted to have Lisa on, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to fearlessly question with Lisa, but I knew I wanted to have her on the show, and I knew I wanted to center it something around coaching. And, you know, I said, Lisa, I'd love to have you on the show. Can we kind of just connect real quick and see what we can pull out? And we came up with making it your idea. And I love this headline, this show title, just about as much as anyone we've done so far. And because it's probably the thing that I am the absolute worst at. And obviously, as you can see, I've created a whole show where I'm fearlessly questioning people and telling them how they're wrong and things like that. So I'm not very good at making it your idea. And, you know, that was one of the biggest things Lisa kind of kept saying is, you know, that's what happens, you know, when you're successful in coaching somebody is, or, you know, getting them to kind of see where they need to go. It needs to be their idea. You can't force that on them. You can't beat them over the head. And that is something I am absolutely terrible at. I think it's probably one of the more important and valuable skills that we could learn, and we often neglect, because how much of your day-to-day, whether it's at work or at home, is spent around trying to convince others that your way is better, or that this is what needs to happen. Dan Pink wrote a book, To Sell is Human, which basically centers around the idea that everybody is in sales, whether they know it or like it, and you are constantly selling something to somebody. It's just a matter of what and what the actual transaction is. It's not always we always assume selling is there's a financial exchange at the end, that you actually have to buy something, but you're selling ideas, you're selling yourself, you're selling new ways of doing things, you're selling things all the time. And when you're coaching somebody, you are basically selling that change that needs to be made in their lives, and to change is not easy. And that's why I wanted to kind of talk about it. And personally, I find that the whole idea of this site, if you read on the About page, it's about change. It's about making the change necessary to kind of get to wherever it is that you're looking to go. And it seems a little kind of, let's light some incense and kind of open-ended, let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya-ish thing. But I mean, it's just an example from my own personal experience of going through different, or I guess becoming aware of new and different ideas that ultimately led to change, to doing things differently, doing things that were different from who I was originally, who I was previously, and just the kind of the strange mixed reactions that I got from doing that. And I can imagine that if you are in a similar position, that you've probably experienced something similar. Maybe you have a better support system than I do. Maybe I need to go find a new family or something. I don't know. I doubt that, but I like my family. But you know what I mean? Like, that is what this whole thing is about. It's about fearlessly questioning the way that we've always done things to create the change that. Or I mean, if you're on the front page of the site, it's we fearlessly question to create change. If you're on the homepage of the site, we fearlessly question to create people who create change. And that's the thing, we can't be afraid of it. And if we can help people make it their idea, if we can get people on board and moving in the right direction faster, then I think we're all going to be a little better off. And I think the biggest challenge in doing that, and getting out of your own way and trying to, you have to kind of step back from the situation. And you need to understand, what the objective is, but then you ultimately need to ask questions in a way that let people come to the realization themselves. And that's hard to do because all right, we talked about, a couple episodes ago, episode 15 with Ben Fisher, fearlessly questioning, seeing the future. It's, when I see, that that new thing, where I see where things are going, where I see where, I don't want to, where I want to spend my time. It's just, my mind just flips the switch, and it's like, let's just go do that, and let's forget about everything else. And it's very hard to want to not think about or do things that way. And I obviously people don't work that way, and when you help people make it their own idea, then they're going to be more receptive to that. And I'll be very interested to see what Lisa has to say in this, because I honestly don't know how to do it. I've struggled with it for so long. I've argued with so many people because, again, I either have the tendency to just kind of be quiet about things, or just, tell them how it is, and kind of, again, just kind of beat them over the head with, whatever it is that I feel is the right way. And obviously that's not right. I know it's not right, but it's a very hard habit to change. And, like I said, I think figuring out a way to kind of step out of it, and not kind of get so caught up in that moment, and to see where you need to go, and to see what, kind of breadcrumbs you need to leave to get someone else there. It takes a little bit, it takes a little bit of awareness and self-realization, So, I mean, two things that I usually try and be very mindful of, or be aware of, I guess. And, but what I guess the question that I want to ask to you is, are you any good at making it somebody else's idea? Do you even realize that you have to make it somebody else's idea to be successful? I guess, what ideas do you want to help people make their own? And how do you think that you can do them, and do that, I guess? And that is the big challenge, I think. If we can all get a little better at that, then we can all get a little better at getting closer to whatever it is that thing is that we want to create, that is going to create that change that we're kind of seeking on a larger scale. So when I do say we fearlessly question to create people who create change, it's well, we could all go off and do our own thing in our own little corner and create whatever change that we're looking to make, and that's great. But what if we could create the thing that creates the change in people, or at least sparks it, or spurs it, or gets the snowball rolling down the mountain, and then we could send that change into, we can create that change and have it ripple out in a circle, as if we're throwing a rock in a pond, as opposed to just shooting in a straight line. And I think that ripple effect, that circular ripple effect, is what is most seductive to me, I will say. It's the ability to do that and have it to just completely kind of build upon itself and continue to magnify and grow, once you get those dominoes falling. And what does it take to get there? Well, I think this is a big step in that process for just, what we do here at Fearlessly Questioning, and for whatever it is that you are trying to do. Learning to make it somebody else's idea is a very challenging thing, because it's inherently, we want to kind of push back on those things that are not comfortable or not something we're familiar with. And how do you break through that comfort? How do you break through that stubbornness, I guess, to a certain extent? But hopefully we're going to find out. That is all I have for this week. We will be back with Lisa at 2 p.m. as always, and it's going to be Thursday as always too, November the 13th. That is Fearlessly Questioning, Making It Your Idea with Lisa Ingalls. I hope to see you guys there. Come ready with your questions, hop on camera with her, and ask her your own fearless question. I'd love to get that going a little bit more. And also, if you are catching this, I guess wherever you are catching this, feel free to subscribe in whichever way, if you haven't already. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. Obviously, you can hop on the email and get access to the Fearless Files library, where everybody answers that one question. What fearless question are they most afraid to answer in their own life and business, and how are they working to answer it? Every guest is asked that question, and then that it's tossed up in that library, where you get access to that permanently. And so every week there's a new question added, there's a new guest question added, so you're always learning. There's always something new there. And in addition to that, you're going to get the every Sunday the morning newsletter, to where we talk and recap everything that has gone on for the week. And it's kind of our time to just go one-on-one and just really see what actually came out after the dust settled, if there was anything of value, and what the most important things were. So you can do that, fearlesslyquestioning.com. We'll get you there to do that. Any one of those nice little forms you can complete. And then also, I've been pushing this, and honestly, if you are a fan, and if you do enjoy the show, head over to iTunes or Stitcher and leave us a rating or review. That's just going to be the best way to support the show right now. We'd love for you to do that and just ask a fearless question. So say, I hate reviews. Why do I need to leave reviews for you guys to tell me what podcasts I need to listen to? Ask that question. I don't care. Do something over there that just kind of lets us hear your voice. So that's my challenge to you. Can you go leave a fearless question somewhere on iTunes or Stitcher and see what happens? But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate you guys' time. I'm Joey Giangola. Take it easy, everyone.